with that, I do love my college. Like I said, I will wear their school merch. I will say, I will post, I will do anything. Yes. But there's still some things that I think are quite debatable and that we should work on. Or the people in charge should work on. So number one, all those updates, yeah, they're cool. Something I learned that, well, in other schools I was before, obviously they were not college or anything. If for some reason the Wi-Fi or whatever they were working on it was still due and you would have to turn it in beforehand. But what I love about my college is that if for whatever reason they have like a technical difficulty, they won't force you to do it beforehand. They will give you like a new deadline. Sometimes, not always. Sometimes if they do say it in advance, they will tell you like, hey, like there's no excuse, turn it in before this date because the Wi-Fi is going to stop working at the university, the websites are going to stop working this day, right? But most professors, even though it might be one of those chances that they're like, you know what, turn it in beforehand, most professors are going to be like, well, I saw since most people blah blah, like they'll give you a chance. That's something I love about my college. But something that I dislike about my college is the fact that I don't know if it's the people or the office, or maybe they're having a bad day, or maybe they don't know. Like, I get being the new person, but I have no idea. It is the fact that they don't know where to send you. Like, you have a question, right? You go to a certain building, you go to a certain thing. Obviously, you do your research online. Usually, it's frowned upon if you just show up. Maybe as a freshman, but even then, like, people will stare at you like, what the heck are you doing in this building? You don't belong here. And that is something I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like, calm down, bro. It's super frowned upon if you just, like, show up and you don't know. Like, you have to have had done your research. And then you're like, oh, it's because always say, if you're going to college, you're new, or you're going back, or whatever. Number one, pretend you're a freshman. If you can pull it off, pretend you're a freshman. Best thing ever. I'll tell you later right now. But first thing, always pretend to be a freshman. If you are, perfect. If you're not, just fake it till you make it. Act dumb. But even then, they might be rude to you. Second of all, always do your research beforehand. And even if you do your research, always say you did your research. So let's say you go into a building and you're like, oh, hey, I came to do this, and they will look at you up and down and be like, what the heck are you doing here? This is not the building. You don't belong here. Like, and then just be like, oh, it's because I did my research and it said like this, blah, blah, blah. Or it said, like, make a number that's the same or similar. And you're like, I don't know the name of the office, I just know they said this number. And they'll look at you, blah, blah, but they'll start hating on the other office. So they're like, you know what? I think obviously somebody in that thing said it wrong, but no, you go over here. Usually they will tell you what number to go to. Some of them might be nice and tell you what direction to go to. Others, not so much. I'm trying to see what color should I do. I'm doing pink, black, and white, because I'm trying to do like the cowl. I can't take my shoe off because like I'm doing my makeup, but like I'm giving those vibes. So that is the theme for today. Cute cow print, but I don't know what thing to do. I'll just go with brown and put a little pink. But which pink though? This pink or this pink? I'll do this old pink. So going back with what we were doing, oh my gosh. They'll hate on you for no reason. And then they'll tell you what office to go to. You go to that office after walking like 10-20 minutes. And then once you get to that office, they look at you weird. They're like, why are you here? Blah, blah, blah. You can't just walk in. Usually, you need like an appointment. And you're like, but I don't know how to do the appointment. They will escort you out of the building. Well, out of that office. And they either show you a QR code or they tell you log into whatever website and put an appointment. You're like, but it's just a quick question, I just want to make sure, blah blah blah. So it depends on who you get. Some of them might be like, okay, what's your question? And they're like, okay, yes, this is the office. And sometimes they don't. And you have to send the email, send the appointment, blah, blah. And then just for them to tell you 15, 20, 30 minutes, maybe an hour later, depends how busy the office is. Oh yeah, that's not our office. Go to this office, go to this building. It happened to me once, well, several times, but towards the end of my college career, it happened to me once or twice. Where it's like, okay, go to this office and go to this. I went to like 4 or 5 different offices. I was there for like 2-3 hours, and nobody fixed my problem. And I'm like, but so and so told me to come here. Well, she's like, well, she's wrong. I don't know what you're doing here. And I was like, ma'am, please. Like, I only have like this amount of time to be here, because then I have to be somewhere else. Like, I have a class or whatever. And she's like, well, either you skip class and you fix your problem, or come back another time, but we're going to be closed tomorrow for I don't know what event. Or like she was leaving early, whatever. So that is something I dislike about my university. And then I kind of got mad, but I didn't tell him in a rude voice. I just told him, hey, look, I've been walking for 2-3 hours. I've been to 5-6 different buildings, like offices and stuff, and I'm like, and nobody knows. Like, y'all keep like playing with me. But I was already older. I was already like much more within the university, so I had more confidence, and they could see like I was already a senior. So they would be like, well, some of them like will give you attitude. They're like, well, that's not my problem. Well, they said it wrong. So always do your research beforehand. Usually that research, they've been good with telling you where to go, or send an email. They might take forever, but an email will assure you that is the building, that is the office. System gets updated the day of the first day of school. So you might come prepared a week in advance, 2 weeks, 2 days, 3 days in advance with your schedule and like where to park and what buildings to go to and what number to go to. Something I always love to do beforehand, that way I wouldn't be completely lost and embarrassed, would be walking, like going the weekend before, Saturday, Sunday, and walk around the campus to see what buildings I was going to, what routes were better. Usually the buildings weren't open, but like nobody said anything, like security or anything, like they were cool with it. Some of them were open. The classrooms weren't open unless they didn't lock them, but usually they do. So I would love to do that beforehand. That way, okay, I'm like, okay, I park here, this one's closer, or if I want to go to the gym and still go to this class, I should park on this side. You know, always have the logistics, because the first days of school, the first month and a half, 2 months, max 3, everybody's at the university. The 1,000, 1 million, whatever thing that it's said online of how many people go to your university, everybody shows up the first week and first month and a half, for sure. That's when you see a lot of students. After that first month and a half, you will only see certain people, very little people, or only at certain hours you see more groups of people. So I prepared beforehand to see what class I was going to do. So I was so ready, especially during the winter days. I don't want to be walking for a whole hour, 30 minutes, or running, because usually if I'm like not late, but like I used to run to class sometimes. Just because I was like, okay, I want to be early, or I want to do this, so I'd rather just run to class. And a few people will run, and some others you will see them on scooters or on these fast things. I don't know what they're called. Back then it was like a board, like, you know, the skateboards, but like the electronic ones where people just float. I've also seen bicycles. The people on bicycles are so fast. So usually that or walking, but everybody knows that if you're late or if you're crunching on time or whatever, you will see people running. It's weird, but you will see it from time to time. Anyway, so I was prepared so beforehand, especially in the winter. I didn't want to be walking randomly, so I was like, I'll be here and I know exactly where to go. Turns out the first day of school, they had updated that thing. They were updating that thing for like, I don't know how long beforehand. Turns out they moved my complete schedule. Same professor, same everything, but on the other side of the campus. So I had already sat in that class for like 10-15 minutes. And I was trying to muster the courage to talk to somebody. I came prepared beforehand. I was there for 10-15 minutes. I was one of the first people in the class, way before the professor. Usually for, like, once classes start, like, usually classes are always open. Unless, like, it's a super special, like, class where the professor's very picky. Then classes will be, locked. And then you have to wait till the professor comes and opens it. But usually that, most are not. So I went in, I was the first one, then later there started to be like 10, 15, 20 people. And class was about to start in 2 minutes. And I was trying to muster the courage to talk to this girl next to me because I saw certain people that I've seen beforehand. I took online classes, so I would remember like their names or their faces. And some of them were very popular. Like some of them were like in sororities, so like their face was everywhere on social media for my university. So like I already kind of knew who they were. So I was like, okay, let me muster the courage to like speak to somebody because like how else are you gonna get friends? It's not like you're just gonna be sitting there. Supposedly people do adopt you, like they're like and they will adopt you, but some of them, most of them won't, especially in college. I feel like you have to have like your little clique, your little group. You have to talk to somebody to be like entered into a group or to have friends. It's not like you magically, yeah. So I was trying to muster the courage to finally talk to this girl and next to me, and I was like, okay. And I was like controlling myself. I was like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do, blah blah. Girl. When I finally had the muster the courage, muster the courage to talk to her. Some people will be like that. That's another thing I hate. Like, dude, we're all in college. We're all adults. It was the first year back of in-person college. Everybody was doing online. So like, I don't know. Be nice. Be decent. You know. We don't have to be best friends, but like, anyways, she just looked at me, stared at me, looked at me up and down, and was like, mm-hmm. And then she completely turned the other way. Even if nobody else was talking to her, she literally looked at the other way of the class, like get out of my face. And I was like, and I just did like a simple thing. I was like, because people were asking for a sign-in sheet or blah blah. So I told her like, oh, do you know what sign-in sheet? Like, I've been here and I haven't seen anything. You know, like it was nothing bad. And this chick just like, so rude. So that is another thing I hate about college. Some people will be rude for no reason. I take it as rude because even like if I don't like somebody or if I don't know them or whatever, like if somebody does that little thing, I'm just like, oh no, I haven't seen it. Like we don't even have to do small talk. Just literally answer the freaking question. It's not like I'm asking you what do you like, apples or oranges. It's like, hold on. Not the best, but not the worst, I think. Anyways, so going back with the story time, I was there and I was trying to talk to her, and then the professor comes in, and not to be like, how do I say this without saying it super harsh? Not to be biased, you know, or racial, but the name of my professor was Anglo-Saxon, like it was you could, so not to be rude, but like you could tell that it was probably going to be a blonde person. I don't know. But the person who came in, maybe, okay, maybe, yeah, I was biased, but I mean, I do get that some people have, like, a different last name depending on who they marry, right? Right. But this person, look, I don't remember if she was Asian or Indian. So I was like, that's weird. I was like, well, probably she married somebody, you know? I was like, that's weird. But then she started to say, she was trying to put her computer, and she was like, oh, hey guys, blah, blah, welcome to my class. I don't remember what she said about, she said something about science or numbers, crunching numbers, and I was like, that's weird. This is supposed to be a literature class, but maybe she likes math? Or something? I was like, I don't know. Okay, this one looks bad. Okay, guys. Let's fix this. Should I fix it? Yeah, I think I can fix it. Okay, it's looking bad, but whatever. So, and then a guy came in because she's like, okay, let me call IT. So, everybody starts filling out the form, but nobody put, like, the course. So then, the IT guy finally pops up, like, comes in, pops up, and does the whole internet thing, and then it says, welcome to finance, economy, something like that. And I was like, what the heck? And then, so she was like, okay, welcome to finance 177. Like, I don't know what it was. And I was like, the heck? The good thing I was, like, first row, and that she just started. And I was like, how do I get out of this class? Like, I'm gonna be so late. Because she took forever to start class, so I just thought that was my class. And in that moment, she got distracted. Like, she said, welcome to my class, blah, blah, and then she got, like, a message or something. So I was like, you know what, too bad. I got up, but I didn't say anything. I literally just walked out of class. And it was, like, the most terrifying and scary thing to do. And trust me, she literally said, did she just walk out of my class? And I tried to say something, but I was, like, so late. So I literally just left. And I was just like, I just left. Like, I didn't even symbolize, like, I'm leaving. No, I just literally left. And I was like, what the heck? Like, I checked, blah, blah, blah. And then I ended up being, like, 10-15 minutes late to my other class. And I told that there was only one front seat in front of her. In front of my real professor, the next one. And I was like, I'm so sorry, like, they switched my buildings, and I literally was there, like, I was early. I'm learning to do my eyeliner, so don't judge harshly. Instead of judging, give me tips. Anyways, going back to where I was, yeah, so I walked in, and then, like, I was like, I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, fine, just sit down. I get it, sometimes, like, people, the university switches, and she was okay with it. She's like, I was also a little bit late to be here because she thought it was the other building. Because another thing I hate, before I continue the story time, the Wi-Fi at my university is not great, because the only reason I think it's not great, it's because certain buildings Wi-Fi works, in other buildings it doesn't work. And you're lucky, pray, hope that for your super important classes, all of classes are important, but for, like, your English, I guess you can, like, write things down, but for your math, for your finance, for your economy, for your science courses, that you have Wi-Fi. Because if you don't, the worst nightmare ever. All of classes are important for Wi-Fi, like, to take notes. Most times professors are, like, the book is online or the material is online. So if you can't see it online, then you're done for. You're gonna have to print a bunch or not print and suffer the whole hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Depends on what courses you are, what level you are. Some classes are like 2-3 hours. And I'm like, get me out of here. But let's continue the story time. That's another thing I hate, the Wi-Fi. So she was like, the Wi-Fi wasn't working, blah, blah, blah. So it depends on where you are. Like if you're walking towards a building, from this start to this start of the building, like from a certain area, Wi-Fi does not work at all. You can't call anybody. That's scary. Your phone stops working. There's not only no Wi-Fi, no social media. You can't even make a call. That's how bad it is. And from this side to this side, or from this area to this area, Wi-Fi works perfectly fine. Like everybody, y'all can hear everybody's blasting music or whatever because Wi-Fi works. Or people calling, but on this side, nothing works. So I started to use that for my advantage. So when I was like stressed or like I knew that I needed complete silence, not be distracted by my phone, by my social media, by friends, blah, 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 I would go to those buildings where the Wi-Fi did not work at all, and I just study. Obviously, you can study from your laptop because the Wi-Fi didn't work, but what I did was download the PDFs and work on my laptop with the PDF in those buildings that did not have Wi-Fi. And that really helped me, like, not get distracted. But that's a tip. But anyways, going back to the story time. She was like, it's fine, like, the thing wasn't updated, blah, blah. It was so embarrassing. After that, I couldn't even look at her in the face. But yeah, let's keep saying, that's the end of the story time. Another thing I hate about campus, people are never on time. Like, if they say an event starts at this time, no, it does not. Start like 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours later. Does not work out. Which is fine and not fine, because they expect you to be on time, but nobody is on time. Like, admin stuff. It's like, but okay. Something else, I just like, oh my god, I know I was a freshman and you're gonna be like, oh my god, stop being such a hater, but I hate freshmen and high school people who go to college. That is fine, there's not a problem. I was there first, like I was also there. The problem is they look at people who've been in college, like us, we've been there more than them. They look at us not only weird and rude, but they take up so much space. Like, I don't know if it's like a generation thing or because they have a whole other level of confidence, but they will literally, like, you want to sit somewhere or you want to like eat lunch or study, and they'll be staring at you like, no. And you're like, it's only you. Like, I'm not even sitting next to you, dude. I'm sitting, like, there's a table here, a whole empty table here, there's a third table here. I'm not gonna give you 2 tables. Like, I'm sitting super away from you. Like, no, because I'm gonna have some friends over, blah, blah. And I'm like, and then sometimes, like, I don't want to fight. Like, I'm not a confrontational person, so I'll be like, that's okay, fine. And I'll sit somewhere else, and, like, the person, they take, like, 2 hours to get here. I'm like, dude, I literally just wanted to eat lunch or, like, do something really quick. I hate that. They take up too much space. They're super loud. Like, literally, we're at the library, and they're like, eh. Like, everybody knows they're freshmen. Like, shut up. Shut up. Like, I know you're from high school. I know you're so young. I know blah, blah. But, like, shut up. Like, it literally says shh. And since most people who work at college are still at college, some of them are shy to tell you, like, hey, like, don't be super loud. But I had a friend, she was sick and tired of some freshman guys. We were in class. We were sophomores. We weren't that older. But we were in class. Like, the teacher was teaching, but for some reason, like, there was no windows, and it was super hot. Like, that building, no, the air conditioning wasn't working. So everybody, all the classes had their doors open. Obviously, we would interact and everything, but we try not to scream. So there's certain freshman people coming out from their classes and coming in, and we were doing our class, whatever. And during the passing periods, like, it's fine, they talk, and the professor would be like, okay guys, we're gonna do like group work, or we're chill for a little, like 5 minutes, because people are walking in and out, so we'll give them time, and then we'll start class again. So we had to start a class again, and there's this group of freshman guys who were screaming and talking and joking. They're like, oh yeah, blah blah blah. It's fine, go somewhere else. Everybody started class. Like, what the heck are you doing in the hallway? Go to the gym, go outside. I love my university. There's a lot of places where you can hang out, be super loud. There's other ones like quiet. Like, there's a lot. There's like nature outside, literally, like anywhere. And these kids were just screaming and joking and pushing each other. And then one of my friends, she got sick and tired because the professor wouldn't say anything because she was also a little bit shy. She's like, oh, these guys, like, they'll probably leave. It was like 5 or 10 minutes after the 5-10 minutes we had already given them. So it was like 15-20 minutes later. She's like, oh my god, they never stop. So she literally went outside. She's like, guys, I don't want to be rude, but like, can you leave? We're actually like we're actually like having a class, and I'm paying for this school. So like, I need you guys to either like go talk somewhere else or stop being super loud, because we're actually studying, and you should know that there's no air conditioning right now, so we need to have the door open. So can you stop screaming? And like, they were horse playing and stuff. And the guys were like, oh no, yeah, blah blah. So like, they stayed for like 1 more minute, but then they left. So that is something I also hate. Not all freshmen. Some freshmen are super sweet, super nice, super shy, which, like, everybody's been there. Like, we've all been there. But the more current years, like my last years of college, most freshmen were like so rude and so like I don't know, like super out there. Like, they wouldn't care. Or like I said, like, they would get like a whole table for just like 2 people. Bro. So rude. Like, for example, like, if I'm in the lunch area, like, there's a lunch building where everybody usually has lunch or buys lunch. If people study there, we know that it's going to be loud. We have no right to tell anybody to shut up in the lounge, or like in the cafeteria wise, in the food court. It's a whole building where it's like food all the bottom, everybody eats wherever, blah blah, and upstairs there's like a more quiet place to study. So everybody knows that if you're in that building, nobody can tell you to shut up unless you're like doing super, I don't know what you're doing, but you can't have a party there unless it's like a university party that they make up. But usually we know that you're going to be loud, so it's fine. Like, I've been studying there sometimes while I'm eating, and I just put my noise canceling headphones, and it's fine. Like, I won't tell somebody like, shut up, I'm studying. Like, no, you're in a public space that is known to be loud. But if you're at the library, or if you're at like, there's some computer labs where it literally says like, no food, no blah blah blah, no noise, it's just for like studying. Usually people who study for nursing and like doctors study there. Like, it's their main thing, but it's open to everybody. But it's like, it's for these careers or like subjects or whatever. So we are going to be more strict. So if you're from another like degree, it's fine, but they're super strict. More that I hate. But we're going to take a break because I'm going to go make coffee.